Welcome back to Wall Street Confidential. Candy maker Mars will buy Wrigley with some financing help from Warren Buffett. Jim, you've said Buffett's move here really suggests something about the financials.
Right, I was watching Squawk this morning, and they kind of agree with this notion that I had that the financials must have no value or difficult to fathom, or else Buffett wouldn't go toward Wrigley. I want to focus on something different, which is that Wrigley is, when I struggled to look at the packaged goods group on Mad Money, I say I struggled because I wanted to recommend Wrigley, but I really couldn't because the valuation of Wrigley was so extreme versus General Mills, versus Kellogg, versus ConAgra, versus Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. It was one of the reasons why it was is because the management has been so great here and really brought out a lot of what I regard as being a series of acquisitions that look like they weren't working, but they've managed to integrate them, and also brought out the notion that this is a great branded product that they've added different iterations to. Now, here's the key thing. If Buffett's willing to pay 27, more than, of course, it was trading 27 times earnings, even though management has already wrenched out most of the value, what this says is that maybe Pepsi is better. Now, Coke is better. Maybe we should be looking again at General Mills. Now, these are not takeover names, but given the fact that the umbrella of 27 times earnings had been about as high as I thought you could go, and yet Buffett still likes the group, I think it causes all of these stocks to be revalued. Now, let's talk about Buffett himself. I think that there's always been a skepticism in the last few years about what Buffett buys. He bought a lot of United Health. He bought a lot of, which was just a disaster. He bought a lot of Johnson & Johnson. He sold his McDonald's position. I want to emphasize that no matter how you cut it, in the end, 3 days from now, people will say Buffett's pretty great. They will. You should not be judging Buffett on this acquisition. You should be judging the packaged food group on this acquisition.
Is it surprising to you at all that no financial seems attractive enough out there for him?
Yeah, well, I have been saying that Hudson City has value, J.P. Morgan has value, Goldman Sachs has value. None of those is in any ability to be able to take it over. Lehman Brothers, shockingly, has moved up dramatically since it's done its financing. I would have thought maybe he would look at Lehman. Maybe he would take a position in Merrill. I know that TPG was interested. They're very good. Maybe he would take a position in some of these banks that have come down tremendously that have no real sponsorship. Maybe a Huntington Bank, but no, he's not interested. USB is a good bank. I know he likes Wells Fargo. I think he should be doubling his Wells Fargo stake. He already has a substantial position. I thought that Wells was a really good quarter. People just kind of got lost in the shuffle how bad Wachovia is. That's another one. I mean, maybe Wachovia had some value, but apparently he doesn't think so.
Oh, it's Warren Buffett. He's a smart guy.
Yes, he is.
Thanks, Jim. Stay tuned for more of Wall Street Confidential.